Hello, everybody. My name's Martin, and welcome back to my series of videos regarding my adventures with teaching English as a second language, teaching it online, and in particular, teaching it with Dada ABC. Um, Today, I'm going to talk briefly about the technical issues that you might encounter teaching online. I'll share my checklist with you, and this doesn't just apply to Data ABC. It really is a pretty smart checklist for any online instruction or communication or tutoring that you might be doing. Uh, the idea for this video came into my mind is something happened yesterday that could have been disastrous for teaching uh, and would have affected myself and many other teachers. Uh, I will let you know what that issue was, and I will briefly mention how to avoid it. It's going to be on the checklist at the end of this video. But to get started, what do I do every morning? What do I do every morning when I'm getting down to the studio and getting prepared for my teaching class? First thing I absolutely do is check my internet connection. I want to see all greens on my router, 100%. I don't know if you've got 3 little green buttons, some have 5, some have 2. Um, I want to see all greens. It doesn't matter that I'm hardwired in. My router is 2 floors up, and I don't feel like running up and down checking that. So before I leave my home to come down to the studio, I make sure we're all green. If there's one yellow at all on my router, it's a cold reboot. Take out the plug, wait a few seconds, plug it back in. I want a good, strong, fresh connection before I even get down here. Next, VPN, virtual private network, and antivirus off. I turn them off on my computer when I get down here and boot it up. VPN, if you don't know what one is, you don't need to worry about it. You don't have it if you don't know what it is. If you have a private network running in the background, turn it off before you log into Data and probably any of the other clients. They don't like it, and it might just actually cause your connection not to work. Just might not work. So turn it off. You're only doing your classes anyway. You don't need it in the background. As for antivirus, I know that might make you nervous turning off antivirus, but some antivirus software has been known to interfere with or completely shut down webcams. So you need your webcam running. You don't need your antivirus suddenly going, oh no, this is a dangerous thing. Somebody could be spying on my computer user. I'm going to turn off the webcam. You don't need that happening. So pause protection for the duration of your classes. Easy enough thing to do. Next, keyboard, headset, mouse, connected. If you're using wired keyboard and mice, just check the connections, make sure everything's good there. If you're using wireless, I strongly suggest stop it. Use wired. Just don't take the chance. I know batteries last long, but the last thing you need is for this technology to just poop out in the middle and you're in the middle of class trying to change batteries. It's inexpensive. Get a backup or just for your classes, a wired keyboard and mouse. In regards to headset, I'm being a bit of a hypocrite here. You can see I'm using a wireless headset. I'm doing that because I tend to be very active during my classes. I do a bit of hopping around, a bit of moving around. It's actually no excuse. At any point, the battery could poop out, and there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it. So I do intend to get a wired headset sooner rather than later. Just avoid any possibility of that issue. But I'm going to get a nice long wire. If necessary, I'll get an extension so I have lots of cable to move around with. But just avoid any issues of batteries going down in the middle of your class. Just wired keyboard, wired mouse, wired headset. Make sure they're all securely wired in before you get going. Next, What's next on my checklist? I turn on Skype, I test my video and my microphone. Skype has to be on anyway in the background if you're with Data ABC. So when you turn it on, quick check, do the sound test for your mic. Do just a quick make sure that your webcam is the default and it's ready to go. Yeah, just do that. Speaking of default, something happened my very first day teaching is for about 10 minutes, I could not, for the life of me, hear anything through my headset. It was charged up, it was powered up, it was connected. I couldn't hear a darn thing. I eventually troubleshot it. It turned out that normally I have speakers attached to my computer, but for the class, of course, I put on headset. I forgot to check that the headset was the default speakers. My computer was still trying to put sound out through the desktop speakers instead of the headset, so I wasn't hearing anything. It was a stupid mistake. But now, part of my checklist, make sure the headset is your default speakers. Headset as default. Just quick check, 2 seconds, just make sure it's there and you won't have issues. Finally, the big one. This has affected so many teachers. This will ruin a class. This will demolish any bonuses that you get. Windows updates. They tend to happen at the beginning of a week, Monday, Tuesday. They will take over your computer and make it pretty much unavailable to you for the duration of the update, which might take 10 minutes, it might take half an hour, it might take longer than that. There's just no telling. If you're with Windows 10, turn off automatic updates. I'm not going to tell you how here, you can Google it, you're all smart people. Turn off the automatic updates, and beyond even turning off automatic updates, tell your computer, toggle it that your computer will ask your permission before it's going to update. Like it'll give you a little pop-up, it'll say, the updates are downloaded, we'd like to install them now, is now a good time? Do that hours before your classes, just to make sure that everything is good, everything is taken care of before you get up early in the morning to do your classes. The last thing you need is suddenly to be logged in and boom, you can't access anything, you can't do anything because Windows is updating and you just watch that little spinny disk for the next half an hour. That would kill you. So that's the big thing. Windows update. Make sure it's been done prior to your classes and it's not about to trigger. So quick rerun my technical checklist every morning before I sit down and have my coffee and enjoy my students. Check my internet connection, all greens. My VPN and my antivirus off. Keyboard, headset, mouse connected securely. Skype on, tested my video and microphone, check that my headset is the default speakers, and Windows update is not about to trigger. Make sure that's taken care of. You will almost be guaranteed to have a technical issue-free class session. You don't have to worry about those things. The only thing you have to worry about is, can I get these students to do what I'm asking them to do because they just don't speak English? You speak English, there's the checklist, go through it, and best of luck teaching your students. Have a great time. Bye for now.